Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the practical numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the 2 or perhaps the 11 personal year for June 2023. So, if you are new to numerology and you don't know what your personal year is, you're just like, well, how do I know if I'm in a 2 or an 11? So, if you are unaware of your personal year, I ask you to please take 2 seconds, pause the video, go to feliciabender.com. Under monthly forecast, there is a calculator there that will calculate your personal year number for you. Or if you want to go to the description box below, there is a manual way that you can figure out your personal year. Super easy, takes literally seconds. So the reason I bring this up every time before I go into the forecast is because this forecast is based on the personal year, not on your life path number. So those are two entirely different things in numerology, and we want to make sure that you are at the right place at the right time, listening to the right forecast. So, all right, with that said, I don't want to make much of it, but what I do want to make sure is that you are at the right place at the right time. Okay, we are working with the 2 personal year, or the 11 or the 11-2, and it is June. So June is a number 8 personal month for you. So the month is guided by the energy of the 8. So I'm going to ask you though, are you feeling some slight fatigue right now in your 2 or your 11-2? It's kind of the slow, it's like you've been walking a long way kind of slowly, right? As you enter into the midpoint of your patience building 2 personal year, or you're kind of crazy up and down all around 11 personal year. And yet at this point, midpoint, we're midway through the year. And so the 2 personal year can offer its share of excitement, of course. It can offer relationship victories and this sense of connectivity when you're working on that. It's also well known for feelings, making us feel somewhat confined, or just not making any progress, right? Just, oh my God, lack of forward movement, right? And come on already can really become the mantra for the 2 personal year. And what I want to do is acknowledge that first and foremost. So it's not just you doing it all wrong, right? It is a part, it is an aspect of the energy of the year. And so just understand that there is plenty going on behind the scenes. It just might not feel like it as you're in it, right? In the moment. And yet, when you are maybe feeling a sense of frustration, please know that there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Then you can grasp. A lot more than meets the eye is coming into place in a 2 personal year. So, what's a person to do in the meantime, right? In the meantime, use your time to renew, to rekindle those relationship dynamics. Often this is a time where you refocus on your significant other, on your friends, on your family, on yourself, really. What is your relationship with you at this point? So it's time to slow down, give yourself more room, more space, more time to connect more authentically in your relationship life, both intimate and family. It's a time to build partnerships, affiliations, that sort of thing, true networking, getting your tribe in line for business, for pleasure, or both, right? Mostly both. So this month itself in your 2 personal year works with 2 levels of business, because your month is guided by the number 8. The 8 is a high-powered number in numerology. It is all about business, finance, and empowerment. Just to reduce it to those 3 words. It encompasses a lot more than that, but that's what we'll focus on right now. So the 2 of your 2 personal year is in the business, let's say, of love, of relationships, while the 8 energy that you're experiencing right now in June is about the business of finances and the material world necessities, business, career, finances, and empowerment, personal power and empowerment. So remember that if this is your master number 11/2 personal year, you still get the delays and and all that goes with the 2, and yet it comes with an edge. It comes with some anxiety. It comes with some ripples, just it feels real tense sometimes because it's an initiating time. And yet it also has built-in delays and a large kind of power booster of spiritual insight and lessons that can come in with this master 11 number if this is what you're experiencing during your personal year. So I would ask you, if you are in an 11, to please continue to slow down enough to notice the signs, notice the synchronicities, notice the signals that the universe has been kind of throwing down for you, because often that is really what's going on in an 11 personal year. So much spiritual growth and so much to gain in terms of intuitive insight. And yet often this comes, I don't want to say at a price, and yet the price is often feels hard, or something comes in that is a higher level of a challenge in your life that is going to bridge that gap or open the door for this kind of spiritual insight and growth that is meant for you this year. Last month in May was an even slower and more contemplative month than you've experienced in a while. Is that the case? Write down in the comments if it was for you. You're like, yes. And so, sorry, not sorry. It was meant to be that way. It was a prep month for you. The 7 is always a percolating time, asking you to kind of step back and meditate for a moment, for lack of a better way of saying it. And yet you're being called out this month. You're being called out to step up and step into yourself and go after what you want. June is a month that's all about taking control and taking responsibility for your financial life. And so you're going to feel this really powerful pull to get it done, to get serious, to, be more business-like in the way that you deal with things and the way that you're thinking about things this month. Maybe you've started a new job this year, or maybe you're tweaking an existing job, and that's where the focus might be for you this month. And maybe if you started a new job, you're just still getting the lay of the land, right? Figuring out who's who and what's what. If that's the case, this can be a point of focus or a theme for you. This can also, in your 2 or 11/2 personal year, be more about your relationship life. How are you empowered in your relationship life? That can be even more important and vital for you right now than your financial picture. Again, it depends on where you are in your life at this moment in time, right? So this is the month overall to get serious about career and finance. So on June the 2nd or the 5th, some important affairs or projects, however you want to say that, particularly business stuff, whatever your business stuff is, it's going to begin to move ahead after weeks of delay. You're like, when is this going to move forward? Well, on the 2nd or the 5th, push ahead with that productive work that you can do, but don't, like everything in your 2 personal year, don't do it too aggressively. Do it assertively, but not aggressively. So, and combative, no, assertive, yes. So the diplomacy is always going to get you farther ahead, even though it doesn't seem like it at the moment. All right. Solid decisions Yes, those are good. Tackling them to the ground and stunning them into submission, maybe not so much, right? So the 8 is always wanting that, wanting to, push it. And yet during this 2 personal year, anytime that you can opt for a lighter, more diplomatic approach, the more success ultimately that you're going to have. So the key here resides in your ability to be tactful, and also give a special consideration right now to your coworkers, to your colleagues, to other people, right? Not to blaze forward, but to appreciate how you can get things done by having a support system, by having people who work with you. So make sure that everyone involved receives notice of any changes, right? Any changes in plans. So, or in the project or whatever it could be. The point is to not is to be particularly mindful of not leaving other people out of the loop, right? Allowing other people to feel valued, important, respected for their expertise. All of those things are really coming up right now in this month, guided by the number 8. So take advantage of any business or financial opportunities that you might clearly identify, particularly around June 18th. So even though it is a 2 personal year, the 8 of your month asks you to empower yourself, take yourself seriously, and really be up to the task, right? To be able to really stand strong and exert some reasonable caution is what I would like to also say. Just don't go, head first. So be a little bit cautious and put some kind of stops around jumping into something maybe impulsively, particularly around June 23rd. Just make sure and dot all your I's and cross all your T's, right? If there is someone in your life who is consistently challenging your sense of identity or continuing to kind of manipulate your giving nature, especially in the 2 personal year, these relationship dynamics are going to be coming up even more and more neon, right? So June is the time to draw a line in the sand and take action around your own needs and desires. And so to kind of, I don't know, let's continue the sand metaphor, shall we? That you could be aware, you might be aware when you defer or maybe detour around things by sticking your own head in the sand. That ostrich thing, isn't it? It's an ostrich sticking its head in the sand. Anyway, same sort of thing. Just la 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 la. No no no. I'm not going to not doing it, right? So you're going to have to kind of get your head out of the sand, take a look around, get more real, get more pragmatic, and face what's coming down in front of you. So don't let other people push you around, and don't let other people invalidate you, right? Or perhaps right now it's a little bit different for you. Maybe you're over focused on yourself, and instead you find yourself struggling with coming to terms with other people, with taking other people into consideration in your life in more understanding or more accepting ways. So that's going to come up to be massaged right now for you. So one of the themes of that 2 personal year is defining your sense of yourself from the inside out. What are your true values? What are your deal breakers? Who are you really, right? This is the time to banish those, whatever those points of insecurity might be, and to build your level of confidence. And 8-month is absolutely demanding that you do that. So the energy of the 2 directs us in how to see somebody else's point of view. This could be a time where you really would benefit from stepping back, walking a mile in their shoes, so to speak, and just becoming looking at someone who maybe is giving you trouble, someone who you feel frustrated by, someone you're kind of flummoxed by. Like, just take a step back and attempt to put yourself in their shoes and see why they may be behaving the way they're behaving. It doesn't mean you need to approve of it. It doesn't mean you need to, just say, oh, all right, you can continue to, be a jerk. Sure, there probably will, but just your engagement level is going to be different when you cannot be so reactive and instead attempt to seek understanding first. All right. Money and finances will be on your mind, and this is the perfect month to regain some control over your financial life. Make some decisions and move forward with plans rather than letting them like linger and languish, languish, whatever it is. And the two personal year often brings that in where it's two steps forward, three steps back, right? This is the month where you're going to have the energy to move things forward. So, yay, right? Take responsibility for what you've done and what you haven't done and get on with it in June. You're going to gain a lot of headway when you make the effort to be involved, to take that responsibility and stand up for yourself this month. All the effort and focus that you've put into your endeavors right now, they are going to pay off royally. So it's all about patient progress, and yet this month it's about making things happen. All right, that is your forecast for June. Head to FeliciaBender.com where you can find plenty of free resources there, articles, life path information, anything numerology related. And in the meantime, I look forward to meeting you here again next month to see what July might have in store for you.